Well,
And goodbye to anyone standing in John Cena's way when he takes on 6 men in a steel cage shoots and ladders match at WWE Super Slam.
hey everybody, Mike here, and it's time for another episode of The Buzz, where I talk about all the latest news and rumors surrounding the Transformers Universe Bumblebee spin-off coming out in 2018, and we have some new release date information to talk about in this episode, along with some casting news and some plot news as well. So definitely a big day for this episode of The Buzz. This movie was scheduled to come out on June 21st of 2018. Well, that date has been moved, and in fact it has been pushed back. Still the same year, still 2018, but at the very end of the year, the release date is now December 21st, 2018. So they're going for a Christmas release this time around, and I think that is actually a really smart move for this franchise, especially because Bumblebee is going to be a spin-off rather than a main film. Now, with Transformers The Last Night, it did not do well at the box office. Now, it still has its foreign run to do with some other countries, especially Japan, but in the US, this movie did horribly. It is still, I don't think, reached $600 million yet, which is unheard of for a Transformers movie in recent years. Usually it's approaching $1 billion at this point, if not already. So it is definitely not going to be reaching $1 billion this time around. So moving the Bumblebee movie over to December, I think, is so smart, because it's not going to have to compete with all the summer movies, and there are some really good summer movies and highly anticipated summer movies coming out next year. Like you got The Incredibles coming out, you have Deadpool 2. It's going to be a big summer for movies. With Bumblebee, it's questionable how it's going to perform. It's not going to be like the main series, where it's going to have a lot of Transformers, a lot of action. It's going to be a smaller movie. It's going to focus on Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld's character, and not going to have an end-of-the-world type deal. Now, this could be a good thing. It could end up resulting in a better movie, but since it's such a wild card, I think moving it to December is such a great idea. There will be no Star Wars movie in that December. The Han Solo movie will be the Star Wars movie for that year, and it will be coming out in May, so they don't have to worry about that competition. There are a couple of things. It comes out at the same time as Aquaman, so Aquaman or Bumblebee will be moved. Bumblebee either will be moved again, or Aquaman will be moved. My guess is Aquaman's going to get pushed forward rather than pushed back. That's what happened with Wonder Woman. It was scheduled as the same time as The Last Night. They ended up pushing Wonder Woman forward. I can expect that to be happening as with the same situation here. Now, as far as the plot, we have a bit of a synopsis now. I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys. The story is set in the year 1987, where Bumblebee finds refuge in a junkyard in a small California beach town. Charlie, Haley Steinfeld, on the cusp of turning 18 and trying to find her place in the world, discovers Bumblebee, battle-scarred and broken. When Charlie revives him, she quickly learns this is no ordinary yellow VW bug. So we do have some confirmation that Bumblebee will in fact be a Volkswagen Beetle for this movie. He will not be a Camaro, at least through the majority of it. He could end up turning into a Camaro at the end as kind of a little wink to the beginning of the first Transformers film, but it seems like throughout most of this movie, he will be a Volkswagen. So that's pretty cool for the G1 fans, the Transformers fans that have been around since, watching Transformers in the 80s. It's good for them. It's kind of cool for newer Transformers fans, kind of seeing the cartoon version of Bumblebee getting put into live action. So cool all around there. And I kind of do hope that at the end of this movie, he will scan that same Camaro that he ends up finding Sam in the first Transformers movie. So, Haley Steinfeld was actually spotted on set. They just started filming, and she was at this community pool, and she was in some kind of swimming competition. She was seen with what looks to be another actor. We don't know who this is exactly, but after some research, he kind of looks like Luka Jones, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it's kind of what I'm getting at through this photo. We also have some other minor casting news. Pamela Adlon will most likely be playing the mother to Haley Steinfeld's character in this movie. And also Steven Schneider has been cast in a role along with Kenneth Choi. Now, Kenneth Choi was most recently in Spider-Man Homecoming as the principal, and he was also in Captain America: The First Avenger as a different character. So he's been around the Marvelverse for a little while. He's making the jump over to Transformers. So there is the cast news. Lots of humans have been cast so far. I'm assuming that not all of them are going to have big roles. I think it just seems like a lot this time because these are all new characters. Now, of course, we are not done with the casting news yet, and it is probably the reason why you clicked this video. John Cena has been cast in a lead role in the Bumblebee movie. This news was quite the shocker, as I could not believe my eyes when I read this for the first time. So John Cena is going to be in a Transformers movie, and that is something I never thought I'd see in a million years. The only movie I could think of off the top of my head that I've seen John Cena in was Daddy's Home, and that was just a cameo toward the end of the film. So as far as his acting goes, I really don't know. He hasn't done as much as like Dwayne Johnson has, but it's definitely a very interesting move. I mean, it might bring some people to go see the movie just to see John Cena in a Transformers movie. I mean, but it's some very interesting news. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm a little concerned, just because John Cena is such a well-known internet meme that it's like it's gonna be hard to take him seriously in a movie, I feel. I know he's done a couple of comedies, I believe, as far as his acting goes, but being in a action film with Transformers, I don't know. This is gonna be quite the thing to look forward to, I'll tell you that. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about John Cena being in this movie. Make sure to let me in the comment section down below. I want to know if you guys are like, what the heck, why is he in this movie? Or if you're like, yeah, John Cena's in this movie. So let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I like I said, I'm a little concerned about John Cena being in this movie. I'm sure he will do okay as far as the acting goes, but just having someone like John Cena in this movie makes it feel like it's not to be taken seriously at all, and I was kind of banking on this movie being like almost like the Wonder Woman, I guess, of the Transformers universe, where it was like Wonder Woman seemed to redeem the DC movie universe. So I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe the Bumblebee movie will do the same. You got a different director, you got Travis Knight, who's done some great work in film, and then we cast John Cena. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. I'm quite confused with this casting, to be quite honest, so I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts. So make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I'm Mike. See you guys.